Imagine turning your $1,000 investment into $10,000 or even more by simply following one strategy. Sounds impossible, right? Well, not for Peter Lynch. Lynch ran the Magellan Fund at Fidelity from 1977 to 1990, and during the time, it averaged an astonishing 29.2% annual return. That's enough to outperform 99% of investors worldwide. But here's the thing, his strategy was shockingly simple, and today I'm going to show you how you can use it to crush the market. Number 1. Invest in what you know. Peter Lynch's most famous mantra is invest in what you know. But what does that actually mean? It's not just about picking companies whose products you use. Lynch was adamant that regular people have a leg up over Wall Street, while professional analysts spend their days crunching numbers. You, as a consumer, see trends as they happen in real time. Let me give you a real-world example. Back in the early days of Starbucks, most Wall Street analysts weren't paying attention to a small coffee chain that sold expensive lattes. But regular consumers, they saw the long lines and heard the buzz about this new coffee experience. Had you invested in Starbucks in the 90s, you'd be sitting on astronomical gains today. Lynch often pointed out that some of his best investments came from walking through shopping malls with his wife and daughters. He noticed which stores were packed, which brands were gaining momentum. You don't need to be a financial expert to do this. You just need to observe what's going on around you. If you're enjoying the video, hit the subscribe button and comment down your thoughts. If you want to explore money-making strategies, click the link in the description to start your financial journey. Number 2. Ignore the noise. In the world of investing, noise is everywhere. It's the endless stream of headlines, breaking news, and analyst predictions telling you the market is going to crash or that a certain stock is about to skyrocket. But one of the key principles Peter Lynch stood by was to ignore all this noise. In his view, it was a distraction from long-term success. Take the 1987 stock market crash, for example. The Dow Jones dropped 22% in a single day. Headlines screamed about financial apocalypse, and many investors panicked, selling everything in fear of losing more. But Lynch, he stayed calm. Instead of reacting to the noise, he saw it as an opportunity to buy solid companies at a discount. His decision to stick with long-term strategies instead of getting caught in the hysteria paid off massively in the following years. Another example is Warren Buffett, who famously ignores market predictions. In 1999, during the dot-com bubble, everyone was talking about tech stocks. Buffett chose to ignore the hype, sticking to his tried and true philosophy of investing in businesses he understood. When the bubble burst, many investors lost fortunes, while Buffett came out unscathed and even wealthier. The key lesson? Markets will always have short-term noise. Analysts will always make wild predictions, but those who can block out the distractions, stay focused on the results, and think long-term will be the ones who thrive, just like Peter Lynch and Warren Buffett. Number 3. Find the 10 baggers. Finding 10 baggers is one of Peter Lynch's most iconic investment principles. A 10 bagger is a stock that grows tenfold in value, delivering massive returns to those who have the vision and patience to hold on. Lynch discovered many 10 baggers during his time managing the Magellan Fund, turning modest investments into huge gains by identifying companies with extraordinary growth potential. Take Dunkin' Donuts, for instance. In the late 1970s, Lynch saw something others didn't: a small but rapidly expanding chain with an untapped market. Most investors dismissed it as just another coffee shop, but Lynch recognized that the company had a unique, scalable business model. It wasn't just about selling coffee, it was about creating a brand experience that people loved and would be willing to pay for again and again. Dunkin' Donuts went on to expand nationally and eventually internationally, making every investor like Lynch incredibly wealthy. Another example is Ford Motors during the early 1980s, where many investors abandoned it. Considering it a dying company, Lynch saw a 10-bagger in the making. He recognized that Ford's restructuring, product innovations, and operational improvements were laying the foundation for a turnaround. His patience and foresight pay off as Ford's stock price surged dramatically over the next decade. 10 beggars aren't easy to find, but the key is recognizing companies with strong growth potential that the broader market has overlooked. Sometimes these are small or niche businesses, but with the right conditions, they can evolve into market leaders. Lynch's 10 beggars demonstrate the power of long-term thinking and visionary investing. Number 4, be patient. Good companies need time to grow. Patience is the backbone of successful investing, and Peter Lynch emphasized that good companies need time to grow. When you invest in a quality business, you are not betting on a quick rise in its stock price. You are buying into its potential to thrive over the long haul. One of Lynch's most famous investments was in Dunkin' Donuts. In the early 1980s, the company wasn't making headlines or setting records, but Lynch saw its potential. He understood that Dunkin' had a loyal customer base and a strong growth model. Over time, he steadily expanded, and the investments turned into a massive success. It didn't happen overnight, but the value increased as the company grew naturally, building on solid fundamentals. Warren Buffett is another prime example of patience. He invested in Coca-Cola back in 1988, where many thought the stock had already peaked, but Buffett saw the company's potential to dominate the global market, and he held on to that stock for decades. Even when there were dips or market crashes, Buffett never wavered. Today, his Coca-Cola shares are worth billions, all because he trusted the company to grow over time. The lesson here? Building wealth through investing isn't a race. Quality companies don't double overnight. They need time to innovate, expand, and solidify their market presence. By being patient, trusting the process, and avoiding the urge to sell at the first sign of trouble, you set yourself up for long-term success, just like Lynch and Buffett. Number 5, don't be afraid to hold on to winners. One of the Peter Lynch's core principles is that investors shouldn't be afraid to hold on to their winners. When you find a great company, don't sell it too soon. Take Apple, for example. In the early 2000s, Apple wasn't the tech giant it is today. Many investors crashed out after the stock doubled or tripled, but those who held on saw the true power of compounding. As Apple continues to innovate with the iPhone and other products, the stock skyrocketed, rewarding long-term investors with gains far beyond their expectations. Lynch also used this strategy during his time at the Magellan Fund, holding on to winners like Fannie Mae. While others were quick to take profit, he recognized the long-term potential and kept the stock in his portfolio for years. This allowed him to capitalize on its tremendous growth, turning it into one of the fund's top performers. Selling too soon often means cutting your upside short. The real magic happens when you let a strong company keep growing. Holding on to winners rather than constantly looking for quick profits is how wealth is truly built over time. Number 6, do your research and trust your gut. Doing your research and trusting your gut is a strategy that has proven successful for countless investors, including Peter Lynch. Lynch famously said, "Know what you own and know why you own it." This wasn't just advice for buying stocks. It was about truly understanding the companies behind those stocks. By thoroughly researching a business, you arm yourself with knowledge that gives you confidence when market conditions get rough. Lynch's success with stocks like Taco Bell and Heinz wasn't by chance. He researched these companies inside out, identifying key factors others missed. Take Heinz, for example. While many viewed it as just an underwear company, Lynch dug deeper. He saw the potential to diversify into other clothing categories and expand the market reach. His thorough research gave him the conviction to hold on to his investment even when others were skeptical. It paid off big time as the company grew and its stock surged. But it's not just about data and numbers. Lynch often spoke about trusting your gut. Sometimes the market or analysts might be screaming one thing, but your research might lead you in another direction. Trusting your gut, backed by solid information, is where many great investments are born. One of Lynch's famous quotes is, "The person that turns over the most rocks wins the game." Ultimately, investing is a combination of rational analysis and intuition. By doing the homework and then trusting your instincts, you place yourself in a powerful position to spot opportunities that others miss, just like Lynch. If you like this type of content, then press the like button and subscribe to our channel.